go to the Mediterranean Games Stadium. It's really tight down at the bottom, with all the sides scrapping away for relegation, actually winning their matches. Other sides are being drawn in. One of those is Deportivo and another is Osasuna. They're in real trouble now after this 3-2 defeat at the hands of Ultra's side. What a difference since Ultra's taken over. They're in the semi-finals of the Cup against Barcelona and they're improving in the league, and that was didn't take a lead on 8 minutes.
And worryingly for Camacho, that goal is a carbon copy of 2 goals that Villarreal scored against Osasuna last weekend. With corners coming in, headed on from the near post, and 3 goals in the same style in 2 weeks. Not pleasing to Camacho.
Well, real problems at the back he's got. It was Bernardello with the corner and Carlos Garcia with the header. Goal number 2 came on 11 minutes. Uche's through ball, Marcelo with the cross, and Ulloa, who was excellent for Almeria, with the finishing touch. So 2-0 up after just 11 minutes.
Ulloa really on form at the moment. Scored 8 goals now for Almeria in the league, and of course helped them tremendously to reach their first ever Copa del Rey semi-final midweek.
Aranda had a decent game for Osasuna. We've already seen his goal, which we'll see again later, and that was his cross into the area that Buñol just can't quite reach. Alves making the save. And on 24 minutes they did get themselves back into the game, Osasuna. And here comes Aranda's goal. He finds space between the 2 central defenders. One touch, goes for goal. And the only problem with Diego Alves, of course, is a fantastic keeper. He's not the tallest, and nicely chipped there by the former Barcelona youth team player Aranda. So 2-1 on 24 minutes, and a real game inside the Mediterranean Games Stadium. More pressure from us. Osasuna. Aranda's involved again, as is Amuñaz. And this time, you'll see Diego Alves does make a save. It's Aranda's cross. He makes space for himself, Amuñaz, but can't get anything behind the shot. Keeper saves it.
It's a lovely first touch from Caminhas on the turn. He gets it onto his favoured left foot, but just miscues it. Almeria, of course, going into this game still without a home win in the Mediterranean Games Stadium.
They were doing the pressing towards the end of the half. This was just a minute before half-time. John Marcelo's cross. Uchi's header. Ricardo makes a save. But Almeria, steady improvement from them. Another side who suffers from not having a very good atmosphere really inside the stadium for their home games. The athletic track, of course, around the pitch doesn't help them either. In now for the second half. Bernardello's shot from distance, too far away from Ricardo's goal. It's 7 minutes into the second period, and just 3 minutes later Almeria got their 3rd goal of the game. Who sat the pocket rocket involved. Jacobson in the end with a cross, excellent delivery, and Ulloa arriving at the near post with the header. And celebrations from Almeria fans, as you said, have not been able to celebrate a home victory so far this season. So 35 minutes left to save themselves Osasuna, but more pressure from Almeria. Cruzat linking up with Piatti. Piatti's having an excellent season. You wonder if he still will be at Almeria this time next year. The young Argentine who looks a little bit like Messi, and certainly has the pace and the skill to give most La Liga defences a problem. More pressure here from Almeria. Cruzat and Piatti linking up once again. It's a carbon copy really. This time though, Piatti with the final pass. Sorry, Cruzat with the final pass and Piatti with the shot. Well saved again by Ricardo. No news of Osasuna going forward as we approach the final minutes of the game, but they did get a late goal. Muñoz linking up with Lekic. Track down the right hand side, Cruzat unable to stop the cross coming in, and a towering header past Diego Alves. As you can see from the celebrations from the Osasuna players, 91 minutes on the clock. They knew the game was up. They weren't going to take any points from this one. Almeria finally win at home, and Osasuna down in trouble at the bottom. Final score, Almeria 3, Osasuna
And Osasuna now having received 7 goals in the last 2 games, that's of concern to Camacho. Now we have a look at the best play. Espanyol, excellent performance into Tape. The team move. They're dominating the counter-attack. This move started with Kameni and it's finished by a combination of Callejon, who was superb all day, and Sergio Garcia. And really a superb example of the counter-attack. Verdu finds Callejon to Sergio Garcia. Makes the football look very simple indeed. Best play this week comes from Espanyol, who thoroughly deserved the 3-1 win away, their second away win on the trot, and they're in 5th place in the Liga BBVA.
So next we're off to the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid have to win all their games if they're going to win the league this season. That's the way it seems. April the 15th is the date to mark on your calendars for the second Clasico, but it won't mean a thing if they do, as they did last week, and drop points against Almeria in the run-up. And they didn't have a very good first half. Mallorca were excellent. That was Insue hitting the post after just 13 minutes, and they were all over the place at the back, Real Madrid. And Mallorca gave them plenty of problems. We've watched Laudrup's side this season play some very good attacking football. You're a big fan of Insue, aren't you? And he had an excellent first half.
And of course they were without De Guzman and without Victor Casadesus, and Insue there, the man with the ball of wool hairstyle, going very, very close indeed to upsetting the Bernabeu.
Team news from the Bernabeu was that Benson has started the game and he was to have a very important part to play in the second half. Didn't see too much in the first half. That was an effort from Di Maria that Awati saved.
No Xabi Alonso in the starting lineup. Gago and Granero lining up.
And that was, and that was perhaps the reason why the first half was so poor. They really did miss Xabi Alonso, and he came on in the second half and really turned things around. Long ball forward for Cristiano Ronaldo. Nice back heel, and Marcelo's shot was blocked. Marcelo didn't have a very good first half defensively, but he was a threat going forward. That came on the half hour. But some impatience inside the stadium. Mallorca, of course, drew on the opening day of the season with Real Madrid on the island, 0-0, in what was a very flat start to the Jose Mourinho campaign. Of course, this week we saw a repeat of the games from the opening weekend of the season. That was an effort from Di Maria from distance.
And Mallorca, well, in the first half of the season, the only team able to take points off both Madrid and Barcelona. But as you say, a very poor performance in the first half from Real Madrid today.
And they didn't start the second half too impressively either, because that was an excellent chance for Webbo that Casillas had to save. He had chances, Webbo, and wasn't able to take advantage of them. Opportunity at the other end. Arbeloa with the cross, and it's Ramis who makes the clearance. Just takes it off Benson's toe. I'm not sure if we're going to see the replay of the chance, but Benson actually shakes the shoot here, and if not for Ramis' intervention, that might have been the first goal. He was to get another chance, however. Appeal for a penalty here against Núñez. Cristiano Ronaldo with the shot. The ball bounces off one defender, hits Núñez on the arm, and as we saw in one of our games earlier, I think it was the Levante match, the referee deciding that it wasn't deliberate, giving the benefit of the doubt to the defender. Real Madrid might have complained about that a bit more after the game had they not eventually got the goal that gave them 3 points. And here it comes, Ronaldo linking up with Granero. He's got it all to do. Benson is outside the penalty area, skips past one defender and shoots past Awati, and all the pressure released. Jose Mourinho said on Friday he needs to do a little bit more. Kaka said he needs to do a little bit more. Kaka needs to do a little bit more as well, because he was taken off at half time after a dreadful first half. But Mourinho said, yes, I agree, we all know he has to improve. He's got fewer goals at the moment than Carvalho. Well, he's now got the same amount of goals as Carvalho, so an improvement from the French. And that was Ronaldo going close with a free kick on 32 minutes. As Real Madrid look for their second goal. sloppy defending at the back allows Real Madrid to have another opportunity. Ozil came on at half-time for Kaká, and he's linking up here with Di Maria inside the Mallorca penalty area. Finally, it's Ronaldo who heads on to the top of the crossbar.
It took them an hour to break the deadlock today, and it does show how they struggle when this man, Cristiano Ronaldo, isn't on goal-scoring mood, because he scored so many goals this season that often you don't notice some of the less dominant displays, and certainly they struggled today.
Certainly one of the reasons why they're looking to bring in another striker. You see their bench and missing a couple of chances. It does seem the Van Nistelrooy deal is pretty much dead in the water. Real Madrid have offered 2 million, but Hamburg need the former Real Madrid striker. There were some Real Madrid fans with Van Nistelrooy shirts inside the stadium, and they also chanted his name, so they want him to be signed. We'll wait to see what happens this week. Last chance of the game for Mallorca. Ensue linking up with Webo. She is making a very important save at the near post. They didn't want another draw, Real Madrid. These 3 points drew them back to within 4 of Barcelona. Final score, Real Madrid 1, Mallorca 0.